Alrighty, quiz review. Come get a packet for me when you're done. Graph the equation. It's a linear equation. You got to make sure the y is by itself. It is, so you have your m and your b. So slope, y-int. Slope's -4. That's got to have a number under it. You put a 1 if it's got nothing. Then minus -2 is your y-intercept. So on the y-axis you go down 2. Then from there you go forward 1. It's rise over run, so its run is forward 1, and then the rise is -4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 from this point, not from the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, forward 1. Okay. If you can't do it again, oh well. 2 points is better than none. So you graph the line, put arrows on both ends, and move on to the next problem. Okay, got a little problem here. The y isn't by itself like it was here. So you dot and make your minus plus negative. That cannot be a negative. If it is, you have to switch the signs. That means everything goes opposite. So the opposite of 2 is -2. The opposite of -4 is +4. The opposite of -16 is +16. So I take out the plus 2x. I need a 0x there, so I have something to add 2x to, because you can't add it to 16. 16 doesn't have x. So 4 times y. Put your x first, don't put the 16. 0 plus 2 is 2, and then plus 16. Okay, then I need to divide everything, all three of these, by 4. Now if I get a decimal, I need to leave it as a fraction because we can't really graph decimals. Well, you can, but it's a pain in the butt. That's a decimal. So that stays 2 over 4x. 16 divided by 4 is 4. Okay, now there's some people that will go one way, some people that go the other, and here's what I mean by that. Your slope is now 2 over 4, and plus 4 is a y-intercept. So the y-intercept plus is this way, so everybody should have this, okay? Then some people will keep it 2 over 4, and that's fine. Some people will look at their multiplication chart and see it's in the second row, and then they'll divide each of them by 2. That's fine too. So either one of these is the slope, okay? So you go, if I go forward 4, up 2, so up 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, that works. If you go up 1, forward 2, that works too. It's the same line, okay? So it's whatever you want. But you can't write a decimal. That's one thing you can't do. Whether you choose to reduce the slopes, up to you, okay? Okay, now you see the line, you got to come to the equation, okay? So y equals blank x plus blank. You got to find m and b. Okay, slope. It's when you have the graph, it's rise over run. It's not y minus yx minus x. That's if you don't have the graph. You need a 0.1 and a 0.2. 0.1 should be on the y-axis. And then I already have 0.2 labeled, okay? So the rise, I start at 0.1, I'm going up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then the run, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, I want that reduced, so, okay, because you're not the one graphing it, you just divide it by 5. That's 1 over 1. Now you can just put 1, you can get rid of the bottom if it's a 1, or you can keep it. It's up to you. Then B is point number 1 in relation to the middle. So you start in the middle, -1, -2. B is -2. Okay. Okay, same thing here, but you don't have the points there for you. You got to pick them. Everybody should pick the same for 0.1. Okay. So m is the slope, b is the y-int. 0.1 should be down the y-axis right here. That's 0.1. Remember, 0.2 has to be to the right. Okay, so this way. I'll pick this one. You can pick. If you reduce the slope, you're all going to get the same thing anyway. Okay, so rise over run. So it would be -1, -2. -2 is a rise, and 2 is the run. Okay. Now again, when you end up with the same number, you need to divide by that number. Okay. You can just put -1 or you can put it over 1. It's up to you. Okay, now B is point number 1. That's why I wanted 1 labeled on the y-axis, so it's a y-intercept from the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6. Now, if you picked another point, like right here, that'd be 1, 2, -1, 2, 3, 4, -4 over 4, which in that case you divide both of them by 4, and you would still get to -1 over 1. Okay, find the rate of change in each situation. A table helps, so let's make a table. X, Y. Remember, Y is always money, and then people is X. Then we just put the numbers where they go. Cost of tickets is $36 for 3 people, so 36 with 3. $84 for 7 people, so 84, 7. To find the rate of change, all you're doing is taking the y minus y, x minus x. But you're not going to reduce it. You're going to divide because it's a story problem. So xy, xy, start with the higher x. So 7 and then 84, its partner over it. And then 3, 36, its partner. If you want to go stick with minus, that's fine, or go plus negative. Either way, it's 48 over 4. Then it's a story problem, so just divide 48 by 4. That's 12. Okay? I don't even need the label. All you just found, now that's the answer. Stop there. That means if you went up by 1, you add 12. 96. If you went up by 1 again, you add 12. So that's what a rate of change accomplishes. Okay, write equations with the following information. All these are y equals blank x plus blank, but don't have the graph. All of them are. But you don't have the benefit of the graph, so there's that. So you have to find the m and the b without the graph, like you did on numbers 3 and 4 in this packet. Okay, slope -4, so we're told that, and you're also told the y-intercept 6. It's that easy. Okay. MB, got to find my slope, and then the y-intercept. Well, I don't have to find the slope. They tell me it's -4. Then B, you don't know B. They did not tell you the y-intercept. You don't just put 3. Okay, don't write this. It's just me. -1, 3 is backward 1, up 3. That is not on the y-axis, okay? You have no business saying that the slope is 3. So y equals m times x plus b, solving for b. So y, 3 goes in for y, and then m, that's the slope, okay? So -4 in for m, and then -1 for x. Now remember, when you write plus, put the b first, and then -4 times -1 is 4. Don't waste your time with the 1 dot. You're just going to take out the 4 by minusing 4. B, -1. Putting a 1 in front of the b is just a waste of time, okay? I mean, yeah, you divide by 1, but it'd still be -1. When you divide a number by 1, it ends up the same. Okay, MB. Now we don't have the M, but we can't use the rise over run because I don't have the line. I can't do the 0.1, 0.2 without seeing the graph, so I need my other method, which is y minus y, x minus x. Okay, I'll do it over here. Okay, so 10's higher, so you start with 10 on bottom and its partner over above it. Then over here, -5 after the minus, its partner 1 above it. So -5, you can either go -5 minus 1 or plus -1. Either way, it's -6. Then 10 plus 5 is 15. Now, there's 2 different ways you can do your M. I don't care. You don't have to graph, so you can just divide it And if it's a decimal, fine. Or you can go to a multiplication table, and you would see those are both in the third row. So that would be -2/5. Either way is okay. I don't care. So in this blank, you put -0.4 or -2/5. Don't put them both. Pick one or the other, whatever you plan on doing. Then B, same thing. Y equals M times X plus B. Okay, we'll use this point 1 in for Y. And then M, either -2/5 or -0.4. It's the same thing, okay? I'll do -0.4. And then X is going to be -5. So 1B plus -0.4 times -5 is 2. Now let's say I did -2/5 times -5 is still 2. So it doesn't really matter, okay? So -2, 1 minus 2 is -1. Okay? So either put that or that, don't put both of them. Okay, then you got your story problems with the boxes and tables. A dance academy charges a registration fee of $15. It also charges $24 per class. A student paid a total of $687. Find the number of classes the student took. Okay, so you got dollars and class. Dollars is Y. Class is X. So the rate of dollars per class is 24 times X, because X is classes. Now on my XY table, I want to see that. Dollars is Y, classes is X. You got to put the labels so you know where the stuff goes. Then 0, 1, 2, then I'll put a block, I'll put another number down there. Okay, 0 classes, that's your starting money number, $15. Then after one class, you add the 24, and that's 39. Then add 24, that's 63. Now, under the line you just made, put the closing number. Well, it's $687. Dollars, so it belongs in this column, in the dollars column. That's why you put the label. Now, make your line with the equals Y. Don't get cute. Don't try to put a number there. And you started with 15. The number I kept adding was 24 over and over, so times X, because X is classes. You add it every time there's a class. So now you write your equation. 15 plus 24 times X equals Y. Now, put 687 into the equation. Y is equal to 687. Y is equal to 687. Y is equal to 687. So I'm slashing out the Y and putting 687. So now I write my new equation. Now the letter that's still there, I make a wall. The letter's not by itself, so I got to get rid of stuff. So I circle the times like I always do. I take out the 15, get rid of that. So 24 times X is 672, and then to get rid of a times 24, you divide by 24, and you get 28. So classes is 28. I don't care if you put it up on your table. Okay, last problem. A golf course has a $100 registration fee. Members must pay $10 per round of golf. How much will 8 rounds cost? Dollars in rounds. Dollars has to take the Y. X can never take the dollars. So dollars per round. It's easy to find. 10 times X. Table time. So dollars is Y. Rounds is X. Then 0 to 1 to 2 block. So we started the problem with $100. Then every time I have a round, I add 10 to it. So 110, 120. It's 8 rounds, so put it in the rounds column. And you're finding the money, because that's the answer. So you have 100. And the number you added was 10 times X times the rounds. your equation is 100 plus 10 times x equals y. X equals 8. X equals 8. X equals 8. So put 8 in for x now. Write your new equation. 100 plus 10 times 8 equals y. Make a wall on the side of the letter that's still there. Oh, it's by itself. I don't need to get rid of Jack. Okay? Jack, you know what. Just circle the other side and punch it in. 100 plus 10 times 8, 180. So there's your answer, 180 bucks. Now again, to see how that's 180, order of operations, you times first, then you add 180.